Have you felt nervous to go live on one of the days that you were doing a daily live stream?
So the answer is yes. But what I think is funny about that is that there's a little bit of like that nervous energy, that nervous excitement, probably every day.
In this episode of Streaming Superstars, I'm going to be talking with India Delgado. We're going to be talking about streaming for 100 days, daily streaming, and much, much more. So let's get started. I want to know, how did you start doing daily live streaming?
Because I'm crazy, that's the real answer. In all honesty, a big part of it was that I had started streaming towards the end of 2020, and then I became consistent on Saturdays where we were doing ladies' night of live streaming. And then real life happened, and I bought a house, I switched jobs, I moved to a new state. It was like all of these things happening at once. And I stopped live streaming. I just stopped showing up, honestly, in the content creation community. I kind of disappeared. And once the dust settled in my real life, I was like, man, I need to get back into things. So in January of this year, of 2022, I started Ladies Night again on Saturdays, started live streaming every single Saturday. And I had seen a few people in the community like Gretchen and had Lewis, Mr. Camera Junkie, were live streaming consistently. And they were talking about, these big accomplishments and talking about like the amazing things that they grew from that. And I was like, you know what? I think I need to do that. I think that I need to really kick it in gear and challenge myself. I was gone for so long and I'm really recommitting to this year. And I proposed it to the community one night when I was doing my regular live streams. I was like, guys, I'm thinking about it. And that was like the biggest mistake, because the minute I said, guys, I'm thinking about it, what do you think? Everybody was like, okay, so you're doing it. It starts now. Literally that was what happened. Everybody was like, okay, so you're starting. And Paul Duncan was like, okay, well, I'm going to hold you accountable to it. You're starting. And I was like, all right, I guess. And that was on March 5th. It was a Sunday. And so I said, okay, so tomorrow, Monday, March 6th makes the first day. That's it. Like, why wait? Then that was the other thing. I'm not going to wait till like March 15th or March 30th. I was like, no, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And we're going to start tomorrow. And that was it. I started on Monday, March 6th, and I'm going to do 100 days. And we did day 39. So I'm 39 days in, excited for tomorrow, because tomorrow, Friday, the April 15th, puts me at 40 days. And at the end of the 100 days, it'll be June 18th. So we are almost at the halfway mark.
That is
It's been amazing. Yeah, it's been amazing.
Have you noticed any growth in your subscribers? Because I know you stopped for a bit.
Right.
Is that helping or no?
It's definitely helping. It could be better. So let's talk about that. And I'm glad that you asked that question. It absolutely is helping. There are new people that come to the community and they'll see. I've definitely found one or two people that have asked me questions on like my pre-recorded how-to videos, and then they subscribe to me, and the algorithm, YouTube lets them know that this person you're subscribed to is live streaming. And I've had some people who have just new people altogether come into the live streams. When I started live streaming again weekly this year, I was right at the 1,000. And it's so funny because, Sammy, you were the one that told me the minute I hit 1,000, you sent me a message, right? And I was like, wait, what? So I had just hit 1,000 subscribers. And so here we are. I say today's day 39, and yesterday I hit 1,050. So within 39 days, pretty much, I've hit 50 subscribers. So that's pretty good growth, honestly, but I know that it can get better. And this is what my challenge is now, technically, for the second half. In order to continue to grow and take advantage of these live streamings that I'm doing, is that I have to do a better job with titling my live streams differently, because right now it's a generic 100 days of live stream, day 39. So readjusting my titles to whatever I'm going to be talking about, readjusting the description so that when people search Google, like for instance, this week I spoke about digital note-taking on the iPad, really making my description fill what I talked about. So when people are searching that stuff, my live stream can come up in that search through SEO and then also kicking it up a notch with using timestamps in the live stream. And so I'm going to get into it. So I'm going to take advantage of these next 10 days to get into the muscle memory of building that out and really doing it so we can see the growth from the last 50 days, right? The second half of the portion where the first 50 days I didn't do it. The second 50 days or the second half of this, I'm going to start doing it. So let's see what this growth looks like at that point. And I think that's where it's going to be real progression.
Have you thought of, when you're doing these daily live streams, of just not doing an episode and
Yes.
then you realized I'm missing out or I'm letting my fans down?
Yes, I think I might have had that twice this week. Probably today was one of those days. Absolutely. It's been hard because I still have my full-time job at the bank. So I'm still working technically, let's say from 9 to 5. And so when you're thinking about it from that, and I go live streaming at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, our time, there's a very little gap from work, right? My full-time job to then switching into content creator mode and then just taking time for myself. And depending on what I'm live streaming about, like this week, I was doing the tutorials on Notability. One of the live stream was almost 2 hours. You can't give up now, right? Like, even if at that point you make it a quick live stream and you say, you know what, today, guys, I am only going to spend 20 minutes on the stream. I'd rather do that than just miss a day altogether, because with being now practically halfway in, it's like, no. And then the other piece is like what you said, that the community, the same group of people show up every single night. Now they're expecting it. It's a part of their evening routines. And so it's like, if the same group of people show up for me every single night, there's no way I can't do it. So I'd rather, even if it, and today I went, as much as I was like, oh, I don't want to do it. Today I went for an hour and 15 minutes, but there have been times where I've only done it for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And I'd rather do a quick 20-minute stream, just talk it out, engage with the community, tell them we'll be back tomorrow, failing. And I was, breaking that commitment. And eventually I had to really just stop, right? Because it also, you have to be careful with that, because you want to make sure that you're also giving your all. So as big as commitments are, if you are in that space that you are doing a half job and you're not giving your all, then sometimes, and I don't want to say throw in the towel, but sometimes it is better for you to step back, reassess, take a break, and then come back. And I feel like for me, that's what happened, right? Like, I took a step back, I reassessed, took a good amount of a break. I think the last time I really live streamed last year was probably in August, consistently. And from August to December, for the most part, I was like gone. I was MIA. But now look at where we're at. I started live streaming the very first Saturday of 2022, and I haven't missed. And now I'm on this 100-day challenge. So really understanding that balance and knowing your commitment level, and your dedication. So it's twofold, being committed and dedicated. But once you're committed and you know that you're dedicated, just do it, because your community will appreciate you for it.
Do you think that you will ever do daily live streaming again? Or do you think it's just a couple days, do this, and then forget about it?
No, I think I can definitely see myself doing the challenges again. I don't know if I would necessarily do the 100 days in a row, but like you had mentioned, there's Lita, so that can be live stream every day in August or in April. There's the Vlogmas, right, where you vlog every day for Christmas. So I can absolutely see myself doing it again for a month at a time with those challenges. Especially, I can see myself doing it to help other content creators, to say, listen, I did it for 100 days. I'm going to do it with you for 30 days to help keep people on track and to help motivate the community and be a supporter. So I know that this won't be my last big challenge of streaming on a daily basis. I know that I'll take a break. And I don't want to say take a break, because like I said, once the 100 days is over, it'll just go back to weekly live streams. And then that'll be a thing where then it'll be kind of like the way Mr. Camera Junkie does it, where he hasn't missed a week at all. So then that'll be my next big commitment of, okay, I did 100 days straight. There's no reason why now I should be missing my weeklies, and then that's the next goal of just every week. There won't be an ending to that, and then it'll just be adding in little sprinkles here and there.
Have you felt nervous to go live on one of the days that you were doing a daily live stream?
So the answer is yes. But what I think is funny about that is that there's a little bit of like that nervous energy, that nervous excitement, probably every day. And I've experienced that although that feeling, that nervous energy and that nervous excitement, I experience it even with the bank that I do the first time homebuyer seminars. I've been doing that for 4 years now, and it's the same content. And I have that content because it's literally the same exact like presentation. I have that memorized, but it's just to a new group of people every time. And for now, it's going on 4 years I'm doing that. I still get nervous with that. There's just a little bit of anxiety, like a little bit of a twinge in my stomach. And so I say that it's funny because I experienced that even with live streaming, and it's different content. It's usually the same group of people. So it's kind of reversed from when I do my bank stuff. Different content, same group of people. But the biggest thing from that nervous energy goes back to what you mentioned before about your commitment, right? So that part of being committed to my community and showing up. And this is for both the bank job when I do the presentations at the bank and for my content creation role, is that I've committed to my content creation community that I'm going to show up and we're going to talk about something, right? It's either you're going to have a good time. You know, I stand for a few different things, and people know that if they hang out with me at ladies' night, we're going to have a good time and we're going to laugh.
Dropping the info again with India. I really want to say thank you to everyone that has been watching this interview, and I want to say thank you, and I will see you next time.